Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. So inshallah we will continue with Mazid fi forms. We have covered a lot of things about the verb, starting from verb form number 1, which is fa'ala. And now from fa'ala, inshallah, we are able to make all the 5 or how many 8 forms that we can see now, or the 7 forms. Yes, Irfan is there? 7 forms. So inshallah we are able to make them now all. For example, we have fa'ala, yaf'alu, fi'lan, fi'l al-amr if'al, fi'l al-nahi la taf'al, ism al-fa'il, fa'ilun, the one who is the doer, and ism al-maf'ul is maf'ulun, the one who is the receiver of the action. All right, so if I give you a verb, for example, if we have the verb abada, abada, so al-fi'l al-madi abada, al-mudari ya'budu, ibadatan, ibadatan, yes. And then we have fi'l al-amr, it will be u'bud, and fi'l al-nahi, لا تعبد الشيطان لا تعبد, and then we have اسم الفاعل عابد معبود and معبود. Okay, excellent. And similarly we have completed for, what about shakara? I think we haven't completed shakara yashkuru, which is on the pattern of nasara yansuru. So shakara yashkuru, shukran, the master is shukran. Yeah, okay. فعل الأمر أشكر فعل النهي لا تشكر and اسم الفاعل will be شاكر and اسم المفعول will be مشكور. All right, excellent. And then we have learned the form 2, which is فعل يفعل تفعيلا, and the verb that we have learned on this pattern is سبح يسبح تسبيحا, سبح and لا تسبح. So before we move on to the rest of the forms, today inshallah let's see how to make ismul fa'il from the verb form number 2, which is fa'ala yufa'ilu taf'ilan, and if fi'l al-amr is sabbih, which is sabbaha yusabbihu tasbihan, sabbih and la tusabbih. So fa'il. Now for these 3 forms of the verb, which is 2, 3, and 4, they are quite special and they are quite easy as well. For example, here, when we made fi'l al-amr, it was very simple. We only made the ending sakin, and we removed the lamat al-mudari, and it became sabbih, and it became fi'l al-amr. And fi'l al-nahi, we only made the ending sakin, and our fi'l al-nahi is also ready. Now, how to make fi'l al-amr, or ism al-fa'il, I should say, ism al-fa'il from sabbaha. So it's very simple. As we look at the mudari, which is yusabbihu, so what we are supposed to do, just change you with mu. So we add basically mim with dhamma, so it becomes mu. And then in the end, we change dhamma into tanween, so it becomes musabbihun. Musabbihun, the one who glorifies. So musabbihun is ismul fa'il. So ismul fa'il is quite easy to make from the verb form number 2. In fact, it's the same for all the rest of the derived forms of the verb. This is how we are going to make fi'l al-amr. So today, inshallah, ismul fa'il. So today we focus on ismul fa'il, and tomorrow, inshallah, we will talk about ismul maf'ul. So how do we make it? We take the mudari, which is yusabbihu. We change ya with dhamma, mim with dhamma, so it becomes mu, and then in the end we put tanween, and it becomes ismul fa'il. Okay, now from yubashiru, if I want to make ismul fa'il, what should I do?
Change ya to mim.
Change ya to mim with dhamma, yeah. And then in the, yes, and in the end we put tanween. and it becomes mubashirun. Yeah. So mubashirun, the one who gives glad news or tidings. Bashara, yubashiru tabshiran. Bashir, la tubashir. And now we have fi'l al-amr, which is mubashir. Mubashir. Then we have yudhakkiru. So similarly, we drop alamat al-mudari. We put mim with dhamma. And in the end, we put tanween. It becomes mudhakkirun. So what will be the meaning of mudhakkirun? The one who reminds. The one who reminds, like the reminder as a person. Innama anta mudhakkir.
مذكر.
Yes. وإنا أرسلنا إليك شاهدا ومبشرا ونذيرا. So shahid is also اسم الفاعل, but shahid is shahida yashhadu. It's from the trilateral verbs, and then when we say mubashir, it is from the mazid fi form. And similarly, we have mudhakkir. And then we have from yu'allim, we change the same pattern. So we put mim with dhamma, and then the ending we change it to tanween. Why do we need to change the ending to tanween, by the way?
Because it's a noun now.
Because it's a noun. Excellent. So it will be mu'allimun. All right. So mu'allimun is the one who teaches. Mu'allim. Okay. So musabbih, the one who glorifies. Mubashir or mubashirun, the one who gives glad tidings. Mudhakkir, the one who reminds. And mu'allim, the one who teaches. Okay, now the same if we want to change them into the feminine. So how will we change it? Feminine singular. So we will say musabbih, and it will be musabbih, musabbih.
Musabbihatun.
We know that ta marbuta, before ta marbuta, there is always fatha. If you remember that we learned earlier. So before ta marbuta, there will always be fatha. So it will be musabbihatun, the one who glorifies for the feminine. Same similarly from mubashirun, we will make it mubashiratun, right? Mubashiratun, the lady who gives glad tidings. And then from mudhakkir, it will be mudhakkiratun, right? And mudhakkiratun is also used for the a diary that we use where we record things as a reminder. So it's called mudhakkira. And then we have mu'allim, and the feminine will be mu'allima. Yes, mu'allima. So it's very simple.
Mu'allimatun.
Yes, all asma'ul fa'il, we have, what do we have? We have singular, and they have dual, and they have plural. And all the time the plural will be on the pattern of ani, dual, and plural will be on the pattern of una. And similarly for feminine, it will be the same, musabbihatun, musabbihatani, and musabbihatun. So it will come on the pattern of, which is al-jamal, taksir, or al-jamal, what do we call that? The other type of plural, what do we call that? Al-jamal salim. So it will be always jamal salim from ismul fa'il, always. Okay, so it's clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, excellent. So, inshallah, in the next lesson, hopefully tomorrow, we will make our small maf'ul, which is also very simple, however. Okay, now we move on to the book. So we completed lesson number, which lesson did we complete? 20? Do you remember?
I was absent, sir.
Okay.
We were doing lesson number 20.
I think we did the text, didn't we?
Yes, we did the text, and we have to move on to the exercises.
So it's a small text. If it's okay, I think I will go through the text in a couple of minutes so that it becomes easier for you to answer the questions. Ad-darsu al-ishruna. So we have lesson number 20. And ishruna is what? Uqud, which is the decades. So from ishruna, we have thalathuna, arbauna, khamsuna, up to tis'una. So all of them will be on the same pattern. So when we have the ending sound of una, that means that will also be the ending sound of ina, right? Una, ina, ina. So it can be ishruna, and it can be also 20 depending on how it is used in the sentence. Al-ab, kam suratan hafidta ya Bashiru? How many surahs have you memorized, O Bashir? Bashirun, Bashirun, hafidtu suratan wahidatan. I have memorized only one surah. Al-ab, wa kam suratan hafidta ya Umaru? And how many surahs have you memorized, O Umar? Umaru, ana hafidtu surataini. I have memorized 2 surahs. Now, why it is surataini? Why not suratani?
مفعول به.
Okay, so if
Aini, sir. Hafiz.
that we know that the dual will be
Number
always
13, sir.
ani, aini, aini, tani, taini, taini. Yeah. So when we have ani or tani, that will be always used as the subject in the place of the subject. Whereas taini or aini will always be used in the place of object or in the place of majroor. So when we say ana hafidtu, this is fail wa fa'il, and surataini is maf'ul bihi. So ana hafidtu surataini, I have memorized 2 surahs. Muawiyatu, ya abati, ja'a al-yawma mudarrisani jadidani. 2 new teachers came today. So why do we have mudarrisani jadidani?
This is a non-adjective,
Okay, it can be mudarrisani
and this
jadidaini.
is it is
But
file,
this
sir.
is file.
File for ja'a. Okay,
This is
ja'a.
first, sir. After first, we will have the
Either
file.
we can have mudarrisani, when the ism is zahir, most likely it will be the doer, the file. So ja'a is the verb, it's fail, and mudarrisani jadidani is the fa'il. Ja'a al-yawma mudarrisani jadidani. 2 new teachers came today. أحدهما للفقه والآخر للحديث. One of them for fiqh and the other one for the hadith. بشير يا أبتي قرأت اليوم كلمتين جديدتين. Now here why it's aini?
Because of qiraat.
It's مفعول به.
قرأت. So this
Because
is
of qiraatu.
fail and fa'il.
File.
Yes. So when we have maf'ul bihi, it will be always aini or taini. Kalima is the feminine, so that's why it is kalimataini. And then the adjective that we use is also feminine, and it will be the same case ending. So it is kalimataini jadidataini fi hadha al-kitabi, in this book. Al-ab, ma huma, what are they? Huma al-mushtu wal-mikhaddatu. They are a comb and a pillow, or the comb and the pillow. So mikhadda and wisada, what's the difference between these two?
Cushion and pillow.
Yes, so mikhadda is pillow or sleeping pillow, and wisada is used for cushion. Al-abu, arafta ma'nahuma, the father, do you know the meaning of both of them? Ma'nahuma. So for these two kalimatan, for these 2 words. Bashiru na'am, sa'altu al-mudarrisa, I asked the teacher. فشرح لي معناهما, and he explained to me the meaning of both of them. Al-ab, أنا الآن أذهب إلى السوق. Now I will go to the market. أتريدون شيئا? Do you want something, or do you want a thing or something? عمر, أريد دفترا. I want a notebook. معاوية, عندي دفتران. I have 2 notebooks. وأريد دفترين آخرين, and I want 2 other notebooks. Here دفتراني, and here
مبتدأ
Say that
مؤخر.
2 more, sir.
عندي دفترين. So here عندي is خبر مقدم and مبتدأ مؤخر, right? And we know that مبتدأ is always مرفوع. So that's why it is دفتراني. عندي دفتراني. I have, this is جملة الاسمية, and this is جملة الفعلية. وأريد, and I want دفترين آخرين, 2 other or 2 more notebooks. So أريد fail plus file, and then دفترين آخرين is مفعول به. بشير, عندي ملفان, the same pattern here. I have 2 files, and then now we have the adjective for the ملفاني, which is صغيراني. I have 2 small files. وأريد ملفين كبيرين, and I want 2 big files. الأب, من أين لك هذا القلم الجميل ذو اللونين يا بشير? Where did you get this beautiful pen with 2 colors? يا بشير أو بشير. Okay, اللونين. Why it is ذو اللونين?
2 colors, sir.
After dhu, we know that the noun has to be always majroor. So here lawnayn is,
mudaf alayhi.
yeah, mudaf alayh. So it is, here it is majroor, where here it is mansoob. Milafayni kabiraini, it is mansoob, and here it is majroor. Bashirun ishtaraytuhu, I bought it. Become ishtaraytahu, become, and if you remember, we discussed that when we use become and when we connect it with al, or when we connect it with hamzat al-wasl, we connect it with kasra. Become ishtaraytahu, how much did you buy it for? Ishtaraytuhu bi riyalaini, I bought it for 2 riyals. Normally we know that when meme is sakin and when we have hamzat al-wasl after that, we connect it with dhamma. But in this case here, become, it will always be connected with kasra. For some phonological reasons like this is easy to pronounce, so that's why it is become ishtaraytahu. Instead of saying become mushtaraytahu, it's difficult to pronounce. Become ishtaraytahu is easy to pronounce, so that's why it is with kasra. Ishtaraytuhu bi riyalaini, I bought it for 2 riyals. Okay, now I think inshallah it will be easy for you to answer the questions. Ajib anil asilati al-atiyati, answer the following questions. Okay, so ajib, basically it was ajib, right? There was ya as well, and ya has dropped because we have iltaqa sakinain, we have ya is sakin and ba is sakin. And whenever there are 2 sakin huruf when they meet, the weak letter gets dropped. So it becomes ajib. Ajib anil asilatil atiyati, answer the following questions. Kam suratan hafidha bashirun. How many surahs Bashir memorized?
Hafiza Bashirun suratan wahidatan.
Hafidha Bashirun suratan wahidatan. Bashir memorized 1 surah or only 1 surah. Kam suratan Hafidha Umaru. And how about Umar? How many surahs did he memorize?
Hafiza Umarun surataini.
Hafidha Umaru surataini. Yes, Umaru surataini. Umar memorized 2 surahs. Become ishtara Bashirun al-qalama or Bashirun al-qalama. How much did Bashir buy the pen for? Yes, ishtara.
اشتريته بريالين.
La, ishtara bi riyalaini. He bought.
اشترى بريالين.
Yes, he bought it for 2 riyals. Ishtara bi riyalaini. With 2 riyals. For the currency, we also use B, which is harf jar and which is used a lot. Okay, now ta'ammal ma yali. Al-marfu'u, al-mansubu, and al-majruru. So I'm sure now you are used to it. And al-marfu', al-mansub, al-majrur. What pattern are they on? On the pattern of
Maf'ul.
sir.
Yes, so marfu', mansub, and majrur. Okay. So ja al-mudarrisu, the teacher came. Ra'aytu al-mudarrisa, I saw the teacher, and dhahabtu ila al-mudarrisi, I went to the teacher. Here al-mudarrisu is marfu'. Why is that?
Because he's a fa'il.
The fa'il, yeah. So that's why it is ja al-mudarrisu. Here it is al-mudarrisa. It is mansub. Why?
Maf'ul bih.
It's maf'ul bihi. And here it is mudarrisi. It is majrur. Why is that?
Because it's followed by harf jar.
Harf jar. Yeah, so we know when we have a preposition, after the preposition, the noun is always majrur. All right, now when we talk about the dual, okay, here, what is the sign of rafa here? The sign of rafa or the symbol of rafa is dhamma. And then we have here the sign of nasb is fatha, and the sign of jar is kasra. Okay, kasra. Okay, here now we have ja al-mudarrisani. Okay, 2 teachers came. The same idea, because it's the doer or it's the fa'il, so that's why it has to be on the pattern of ani, as we discussed earlier. That mudarrisani, whenever we have the sound of ani, it will always be in the place of either doer or in the place of mubtada. Okay, what do you think in mudarrisani? What is the doer here? And what is the symbol of doer? Here we said dhamma, fatha, and kasra. Only alif.
Ani, sir.
Only alif. Noon is zaida. It's extra. Alif. How do we know that? Because you know the doer will be either
Noon will drop from time.
yeah, the doer will be either dhamma or fatha or kasra, or it will be alif and ya. And you know that, and alif, ya, and waw. The three, there are three vowels. We have dhamma, fatha, and kasra, and then there are three mad letters, which are alif, waw, and ya. So either it will be marfu bil haraka, as it is marfu here bil haraka, as we can see here, al mudarrisu, and mansub bil haraka, al mudarrisa, and al mudarrisu majroor bil haraka. And here it will be marfu bil harf, which is alif. And ra'aytu al mudarrisaini, here it is mansub. So what is the sign of mansub?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So dhamma, fatha, kasra, when we talk about the vowels, and when we talk about the huruf, the doer will be alif, and then we will say, when we say mudarrisaini, the mansub will be ya, and dhahabtu ila al-mudarrisaini, majroor will also be ya. So this is an addition to the i'rab, and the i'rab will always be either on the first pattern or the second pattern. Yani it will be marfu, mansub, or majroor either by the vowel signs, or it will be marfu, mansub, and majroor either by the huruf. And there are only three huruf that will define that whether the noun is marfu and mansub or majroor. So in the dual, we have learned that when it is ani sound, so the alif will be basically, that will be the doer. Ja al mudarrisani, it will be marfu. And when we have the mansub, it will be ya, and majroor will also be ya. Ra'aytu al mudarrisaini wa dhahabtu ila al mudarrisaini, I went to the two teachers. Dhamma, fatha, kasra, and then we have alif, ya, and ya. Please write it down, note it down. This is what you are going to learn, inshallah, in the first lesson of book number 3. So we already have an idea that the marfu'at and mansubat and majrurat will be recognized in two ways, either by the haraka or by the harf.
The letters.
The letters, okay? So you're with me now, either by the haraka or by the vowel signs, or by the letters, or by the harf. Okay. Now you have to answer now. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا المثنى. Now you have to answer the questions by using the dual. Okay, so for example, here we have the first one. I will do it for you, and inshallah the rest you can do. Kam akhan laka, how many brothers do you have? And you will say li akhawani. Li akhawani, I have 2 brothers. And if you want to say 2 big brothers, li akhawani kabirani, I have 2 big brothers. Or 2 elder brothers. Li akhawani kabirani. Okay, number 2. Kam kitabun indaka or indaki, depending on the person. On the
Indi
mukhatab.
kitabani.
Kitabani.
Indi kitabani, I have 2 books. Okay. Kam taliban jadidan jaa al-yawma. How many new students came today?
Jal
جاء
yawma.
اليوم طالبان جديدان.
Excellent. Jaa al-yawma talibani jadidani. 2 new students came today. Okay. Kam darsan baqiya fil kitabi. How many lessons are left to the book or from the book? Yes. 2 lessons. Baqiya.
بقي في
بقي
الكتاب درسان.
كتابي
Darsani. Yeah. Darsani. 2
درسان.
lessons are left. Baqiya fil kitabi darsani. 2 lessons. Kam taliban kharaja min al-fasli. How many students leave the classroom?
خرج من الفصل طالبان
Talibani. Kharaja min al-fasli talibani.
جديدان.
Only 2 students left. Talibani jadidani. 2 new students left the classroom. Kam
Can we say,
rajulan.
sir, خرج من الفصل طالبان فقط.
Talibani, that's right, yes. Only 2 students. And if you want to use adjective for them, you can say or new or old. Talibani jadidani or qadimani. It depends. Okay, next is Kam rajulan mata fil hadith. How many fil hadithi? How many men died in the accident?
مات في الحادث رجلان.
Okay, mata fil hadithi rajulani. 2 men died in the accident. Okay, الدرس العشرون continues. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا المثنى. Now you have to answer the questions using the dual by yourselves, and you have to please make sure that you use the proper Arab. It could be ani, it could be aini. Okay, كم لغة تعرف? How many languages do you know?
أعرف لغتين.
أعرف لغتين.
أعرف sir.
أعرف
sorry.
أعرف لغتين. yeah? أعرف لغتين. I know 2 languages. Why not لغتان?
Because it's مفعول به
أعرف
لغة.
is number 13 sir.
أعرف
Either we
is
say it's number
already
13.
defined.
Yeah, and أعرف already consists of the فعل and the فاعل. So the noun that follows it will be مفعول به, which is always منصوب. So أعرف لغتان, or you can remember it, it's number 13. That is also one of the ways of solving the exercises. So we know that it's not number 1 and number 4, which is يعرف and تعرف. So we know that the noun that follows it will always be مفعول به. Okay, كم سورة حفظتي يا مريم? How many
حفظت
surahs?
سورتين.
Okay, حفظت سورتين. I have memorized 2 surahs. Okay, كم رسالة كتبت يا أحمد?
كتبت رسالتين.
Okay, كتبت رسالتين. I wrote 2 letters. كم حية قتلت يا عمي? How many snakes did you kill, oh my uncle?
قتلت
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 قتلت حيتين.
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 Yes, قتلت حيتين. I killed 2 snakes. Why are you scared? It's just like, it's only in the lesson, so we don't need to worry about that. كم دفترا or كم دفترا اشتريت يا أخي? How many notebooks did you buy, oh my brother?
اشتريت دفترين.
اشتريت دفترين. I've bought or I bought 2 notebooks. Okay. كم سؤالا سألك المدرس? How many questions did the teacher ask you?
سأل المدرس أو سؤالين.
سألني المدرس السؤالين.
Okay, سألني.
سؤالين.
بس.
سألني المدرس سؤالين. The teacher asked me 2 questions. كم طائرة رأيت في المطار? How many airplanes did you see in the or at the airport?
رأيت طائرتين.
طائرتين, right?
Yes.
رأيت طائرتين. I saw 2 airplanes. Okay. كم منديل غسلت or غسلت
غسلت.
أخت? Yes. غسلت أختك or أختك. Both of them should be okay, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, depending on the مخاطب. So أختك, let's say, because let's talk about the feminine here because we have غسلت. Okay. غسلت أختي
منديلين.
منديلين. Okay, my sister washed 2 handkerchiefs.
handkerchiefs.
كم مشطا تريد? How many combs do you want?
أريد مشطين.
مشطين. لا مشطين.
مشطين, yeah. There is no تا مربوطة, so it will be أريد مشطين, yeah.
مشطين.
Yes, I bought 2
Yes.
combs. Okay. And next is كم مخدة على سريرك or سريرك?
على سريري مخدتان.
Are you sure? Yes, yes.
مخدتان.
Yes.
Yes.
مخدتان على سريري مخدتان. There are 2 pillows on my bed. Yeah. Because على سريري is jar majroor
على سريري جار مجرور sir.
and then the noun that
مخدتان
will
will
be
be
and then the مبتدا مؤخر will always be مرفوع. مخدتان. Excellent. MashaAllah. Next, أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا المثنى. Again, we have to answer the questions by using the dual. Okay, so بكم ريالا اشتريت or اشتريتي هذه المجلة يا آمنة. So since we have آمنة, so it will be اشتريتي, as we can see كسرة over here. Yes, بكم ريالا اشتريتي هذه المجلة يا آمنة.
اشتريت هذه المجلة ريالين.
بريالين.
بريالين.
بريالين. Okay. I bought this magazine for 2 riyals. Okay. Yes. I would like you to please read the questions as well, if it's okay for you.
بكم دولارا اشتريتم هذه الأزرار
Mhm. The
يا
plural of
أخوان.
zirrun. Yes, the plural of zirrun, button and buttons.
For how much did you buy these buttons, or brothers?
Mhm. By 2 riyals.
Everything is 2 riyals.
Yeah, everything is مثنى. Yeah, we have to answer using dual.
اشترينا هذه الأزرار بدولارين.
بدولارين. That's right. بدولارين by 2 riyals. Okay. Yes, number 3.
بكم ربية اشتريتن هذا المشتي يا إخوتي.
And why is it هذا المشتي?
اشتريتن هذا المشتسر.
Yeah, you said it should be number 1 or number 4. If you don't have number 1 and number 4, اشتريتن, you all ladies bought. Yeah. So
Yes, sir.
it's for the feminine plural for the second person. اشتريتن. Yes.
اشترينا هذا المشتى بربيتين.
بربيتين. بربيتين. Yes.
ربية.
For 2 riyals. Okay, so اشترينا, right? We bought. اشترينا هذا
This is very
المشتى.
old book, sir.
Yeah, بربيتين. That's
Very old
right.
book, sir.
مشتى, I think we can buy it for 2 riyals, can't we?
So even the beggars don't take 2 rupees now.
Okay. Okay. So the books are old, but they are extremely useful. Yes, Irfan?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes, sir, because in 2 rupees you can't buy anything in Pakistan.
Okay. As it is said that even the beggars won't take it. Anyways, Alhamdulillah. Okay, become
You can use in
Junayhan.
task, sir.
Where?
Task
Become,
before math, sir.
okay, become
بكم
Junayhan.
جنيها اشتريت
جنيها
Yes. Now,
اشتري
هذه المرآة يا أمي.
اشتريتي هذا المرآة.
هذه المرآة يا أمي.
هذه المرآة يا أمي.
Why it is
What is
اشتريتي?
جنيها, sir?
Junayhan
Because of
pound.
أمي.
Okay.
Because of
Tomato,
أمي.
Yes. اشتريتي is because of
tomato.
Ummi. Okay. So how many pounds did you pay to buy this mirror?
اشتريت
جنيها pound,
هذه
Yes.
المرآة بجنيهين.
بجنيهين. That's right. اشتريت هذه المرآة بجنيهين. I bought it for 2 pounds. Okay. Yes, next.
كتبت
بكم لغة
كتبت
Yes.
العنوان على ظرفي يا
Hasbun
علي.
Sawards. Okay.
بكم لغة كتبت العنوان على ظرفي يا علي.
Mhm.
يا علي.
يا علي.
Mhm. Yeah, Ali, yes.
Become how many
How many languages?
Yes.
languages?
Did you write the
كتبت
address
العنوان
with
على ظرفي.
the address on the letter or on the
Letter.
envelope with how many languages? Yeah. بكم لغة كتبت العنوان with how many languages did you write the address على الظرف on the envelope يا علي or علي
كتبت
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 yes
كتبت كتبت
غن-
العنوان
على ظرف لغتين
بلغتين yeah بلغتين
بلغتين
yes with 2 languages
2 languages.
yes كتبت العنوان على الظرف بلغتين I wrote the address on the envelope by 2 languages.
2.
Okay. من كم بابا خرج الطلاب من الكلية؟
الكلية.
Okay. From how many doors did the students leave the college?
خرج الطلاب
من الكلية
خرج الطلاب من الكلية بابين
بابين.
على طول يعني بابين. Not from
من بابين.
من بابين. Yes.
من بابين.
Yes, from 2 doors. Okay. من بابين. Okay, then we have إلى كم صيدلية ذهبت يا حامد؟
ذهبت إلى صيدليتين.
ذهبت إلى صيدليتين. Yes. صيدليتين. I went to the 2 pharmacies. كم صحيفة قرأت هذا الخبر? In how many newspapers did you read this news? Yes.
قرأت
قرأت هذا الخبر
Mhm. في
في صحيفتين.
في صحيفتين. Yes, I read this news in 2 newspapers.
بكم جامعة درستي؟
درست or درستي? Yes, both of them are okay. Yes.
درست
درست
جامعتين.
جامعتين.
How
بجامعتين.
بجامعتين. Yeah, we have to use the
بجامعتين.
preposition. I studied in 2 universities. So درست بجامعتين, and B is savior. Yeah, so it always comes over there to help us. So either we are using fee or B, and B is used a lot, as we discussed in book number 1, that it's like used quite frequently, and it is used in different meanings as well. Okay. كم جامعة في بلدكم? How many universities are there in your country? في بلدنا
جامعتان.
جامعتان. Yes, there are 2 universities in our country. Okay, now here it says بكم ريالا وبكم ريال كلاهما صحيح. Both of them are correct. And why is that? Because we know that after kam, the noun is always singular and mansub and nakira. However, because we have harf jar, so that's why it's possible to say become riyalin. Both of them are possible. Kilahuma sahihun. Both of them are correct. However, we are used to using this one, which is quite common. So this one is easier to use as well. However, both of them are possible. Okay, this one, who is going to read the text here? Yes.
فن الكلمات المطبوعة بالأزرق.
Okay, فن الكلمات. Yes.
Sorry. Make the dual of the sentences with blue.
Yes, that are printed. It will be translated like that are printed in blue, like what we will say in blue. Yeah. So make dual from the words that are in blue. Okay, now
Nothing is
ثني.
in blue.
Yes. Okay, so ثني, that's right. We have red, isn't it?
بالأحمر.
بالأحمر, that's right. Okay, so ثن is basically ثنى يثني تثنية. Okay, and here we have the use of weak letters again. So as of now, we will only see that it's the fi'l al-amr from the bab taf'il. ثنى يثني تثنية. And again, you can see here the the masdar is not on the pattern of taf'ilun, it's on the pattern of taf'ilatun or taf'ilatan. That means that when there are weak letters, they also disturb the masdar as well. They're weak, but they're not as weak as we think of them. And so that's why it will be tathniya. We use it a lot, right? For the dual. Al-kalimati. What is the i'rab of al-kalimat? Is it
مفعول
marfu,
به
maf'ul bih,
منصوب.
which is mansub, okay?
مفعول به.
Al-matbu'ata, printed.
This is also mansoob, sir.
This is
It is
صفة.
mansub. This is sifa, excellent, yes. So you see here,
Sifa.
al-kalimat is also mansub, al-matbu'ata is also mansub, and here we know that at has only two endings. It will be atu, al-atu, al-ati, al-ati, al-muslimatu, al-muslimati, al-muslimati. So both mansub and majroor will come with kasra. Whereas we know that al-matbu'a with when the normal noun will have dhamma, fatha, and kasra. Matbu'a, what pattern is it on?
مفعولة.
Maf'ulun, and from the maf'ul we have the feminine, maf'ulatun, right? Tabi'a yatba'u, tiba'atan, to print something. Tabi'un, the one who prints, and even for the printer we use the word tabi'un. And matbu'un, something that is printed. And because al-kalimat is feminine, that's why the adjective that we have used is also feminine. Al-matbu'ata bil-azraqi, by the red pen. So al-matbu'a is basically on the pattern of maf'ul, and the feminine is maf'ulatun. Okay, so this is the basically al-matbu'a is basically translated as passive, printed, yeah? The ones that are printed in blue or the ones that are typed in blue. So we can use both words, matbu'a, typed or printed, bil azraq, in blue. Okay, or bil ahmari. Okay, fi baytina thallajatun. In our house, there are two refrigerators or freezers. Yes, that's right. There are two freezers in our house.
بيتنا ثلاجتان.
Yes, في بيتنا ثلاجتان. There are two freezers in our house. ثلاجتان. دخل بيتي البارحة للصن.
Thief entered in my house at night.
Yes, last night, yeah, or at night.
Yes. دخل بيتي البارحة للصان.
للصاني, okay. دخل بيتي البارحة للصاني. Two thieves entered my house last night. Okay.
Bariha, sir.
Yes, for the night. It's used for the night as well.
Okay.
Especially for the past night. So the last night, it will be bariha.
And coming night, sir.
Layla. Normally we use Layla for the nights. And al-Layla Taliya, the coming night. Whereas al-Bariha is the past night.
Yes.
Okay. رأيت في مكتب البريد برقية لك. I saw two telegrams for you in the post office.
رأيت في مكتب البريد برقيتان. في مكتب برقيتين.
Yes. Why is that?
برقية.
Because
Because of رأيت, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Number 13, sir.
Yeah,
برقيتين لك.
Yeah, so the best way is to, whenever you are using, whenever we have jar majroor, when you're making a sentence, keep it out of the context, as if it does not exist. So رأيت برقيتين في مكتب البريد لك. And jar majroor, they are very important, the use of jar majroor, when it is given any preference to the maf'ul bihi, that means it is used for emphasis. So في مكتب البريد برقية رأيت في مكتب البريد I must say برقيتين لك. I saw two telegraphs for you in the post office. So because of رأيت, it is برقيتين. Okay, number 4. سأشتري مترا
سأشتري.
من هذا القماش. Okay.
I will buy 1
Two-
meter from this
مترا,
cloth.
yes, 1 meter from this fabric. Okay.
سأشتري مترين من هذا القماش.
Yes, من هذا القماش. سأشتري مترين. Excellent. Aini, I will buy 2 meters from this fabric. Okay. ذبح أبي دجاجة. Okay. Anyone in the mood of eating chicken?
ذبح أبي دجاجتين.
دجاجتين. Yes. My father slaughtered 2 chickens. Okay. Why does دجاجتين?
دجاجة
is
مفعول
fail.
به.
دجاجة مربوطة.
Yes. And then we add
أبي
Aini, so it will become dajajatani or dajajataini. But my question is, why not dajajatani?
أبي my father.
The chicken is not the doer.
Again, Rabaha is fail. Abi
is the doer
file,
أبي
and
سكين.
and we know that the
dajaja is
noun will
maf'ul
be
bih.
maf'ul bihi. So that's why it is dajajataini, 2 chickens. أشرب كوبا من اللبن كل يوم. I drink a cup of milk every day. Or Lebanon as it is. Yes.
أشرب كوبين من اللبن كل يوم.
كل يوم. أشرب كوبين من اللبن كل يوم. كل يوم. I drink 2 cups of leban or milk every day. عندي ريال. Slightly tricky. Inshallah, I'm sure you can do it. Yes.
عندي ريالان.
ريالان.
عندي ريالاني. ريالاني is مبتدا and عندي is خبر.
خبر.
Yes. Okay. I have 2 reals. أريد. Yes.
أريد
ريالين.
Rialaini, yes.
Uridu.
Uridu Rialaini, I want 2 reals. Okay. So here Uridu fail plus file and Rialaini is maful bihi. That's why it is Rialaini. Uridu Rialaini. اشتريت هذا الزر بريال. I bought this button for 2 reals.
اشتريت هذا الزر بريالين.
ريالين.
بريالين. Excellent. اشتريت هذا الزر بريالين. I bought this button for 2 reals. أعرف لغة. I know 1 language.
أعرف لغتين.
أعرف لغتين. I know 2 languages. Excellent. في بلدنا لغة واحدة.
في بلدنا لغتان واحدتان. لغتان. لغتان. That's it.
لغتان اثنتان, right? لغتان is more than enough. في بلدنا لغتان. There are 2 languages in our country, but if you want to further emphasize, so you will say ithnatani. Lughatani ithnatani, because lugha is feminine. So the dual is also, we know that dual will be equal in number and gender. Lughatun
Number
wahidatun.
1 and 2 also.
Yes, and lughatani.
Non-adjective.
Yes, they will be noun and adjective. Excellent. 1 and 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. هذا القلم بدولار. This pen is worth 1 reals. $1.
هذا القلم بدولارين.
بدولارين. Okay, this pen is $2. كتبت رسالة إلى أبي. I wrote a message to my father.
To my father. كتبت رسالتين.
رسالتين إلى أبي.
أبي.
Okay. So these days you can say أرسلت رسالتين. These days we send instead of writing, and we send them via WhatsApp and all these social media. يكفيني الآن جنيه. 1 real is enough for me as of now.
يكفيني الآن جنيهين. جنيهان.
يكفيني الآن.
Yes.
جنيهين
Han.
Sir, I don't need pound, sir. Change the currency, sir.
Okay. You can change it to real because it's easier. We use it here every day. So I think it doesn't matter if it's the currency is different,
Yeah.
but what matters is the ending of the noun. Yes.
يكفيني الآن
جنيهان
Excellent, Junaihani. Junaihani, because here
جنيهان
Junaihun is marfu'. So we can
مرفوع
use a little bit of intellect and we
مرفوع
can see
مرفوع
that it is here it is basically in the place of the file, the doer. For example, yakfi, kafa yakfi, something to be enough, kafa yakfi kifayatan, and yakfi ni, that is noon is noon al-wiqaya and ni is ya al-mutakallim, which
Maf'ul
is
bih.
maf'ul bihi. And Junaihun is 1 pound and Junaihani is 2 pounds. So yakfini alana Junaihani, 2 pounds are enough for me as of now. So if it's so difficult, I don't want to, it's 1 is enough. Yakfini alana Junaihani. If we have to change it into Junaihani and go through all that process, isn't it? Okay, اجعل كلا من الكلمات الآتية في جملة. Quickly make sentences from these words. كتاباني.
عندي كتابان
عندي كتاباني. Yes. Okay. عندي كتاباني. في بيتي كتاباني. Okay. كتابين.
اشتريت كتابين.
اشتريت كتابين
كتابين. طالبين.
لعبت
لعبت
مع طالبين
مع طالبين.
مع طالبين
Yes. لعبت مع طالبين. I played with 2 students. لعبت. لعب يلعب. Okay. Good. طالبان.
دخل طالبان في الفصل.
Excellent. دخل خرج جاء. We can use all of them. دخل طالبان في الفصل. 2 students entered the classroom. Okay. Do you have time to continue, Irfan?
only 3 minutes left in the answer.
Okay, so I think we only have to reflect. تأمل. تأمل الأمثلة الآتية لأحدهما والآخر. So we have to reflect on the examples which are for أحدهما والآخر. So one of them and the other. لي أخواني, I have 2 brothers. أحدهما طبيب, one of them is a doctor. والآخر مهندس, and the other is an engineer. لهذه الحافلة بابان, this bus has 2 doors. أحدهما للدخول, one of them is for entrance. والآخر للخروج, and the other is for exit. عندي قلمان, I have 2 pens. أحدهما أزرق, one of them is blue. والآخر أحمر, and the other is red. 4, 5, and 6, inshallah, you will complete.
عندي معجمان, I have 2 dictionaries. أحدهما here comes Ingilterra. أحدهما إنجليزي والآخر
والآخر
إنجليزي
فرنسي.
one of them is English, the other one is French.
French. Okay. Number 5.
لنا بيتنا
بيتا
بيتاني. Okay.
بيتاني I have 2 houses. أحدهما في المدينة, one is in my city.
One is in the city.
City وآخر في القرية, and other one in the village, in my
In the
village.
and the other one is in the village.
In the
Excellent.
village.
Okay, who bought 2
اشتريت
shirts? Okay, yes.
اشتريت قميصين. I bought 2 shirts. أحدهما لي, one of them is for me. والآخر لأخي الصغير, is for my little brother.
Little.
Okay, why not الصغيرة or الصغير? Why الصغيري?
because of Lee, sir.
Lee, sir.
لي. Okay, so لأخي الصغير for my younger brother or little brother. Okay, Irfan, do you want to تأمل more? We are almost finished. So
تأمل
it's,
finish والله.
yeah. لا تستطيع
Yes,
أن تأمل. You are not able to focus now. كلكم or
Like
فقط
Shaykh
إرفان?
al-Islam, sir, my head is circling.
Your head is circling. Okay. لا تقل
Like
شيخ
Shaykh
It's
al-Islam.
just
Yeah. Well, whatever, but تأمل الأمثلة الآتية لإحداهما والأخرى. So Irfan, what is the difference between أحدهما وإحداهما? I think he left, maybe. Yes,
gender.
إحداهما.
Left, sir.
إحداهما is used for
Gender.
feminine.
مذكر
For the feminine, yes,
مذكر
for the
مؤنث.
مؤنث, yeah, والأخرى.
Yes.
So we know that
مؤنث.
when we use مؤنث, then the adjective that we have to use is also feminine as well. All right, so I think inshallah enough for today. We are almost done. There is nothing left, basically. We did the vocabulary part already. You know this vocabulary, I sent it to you. So I think you can ta'ammal by yourselves, inshallah, on exercise 9 and 10. So inshallah, we will meet tomorrow again with the new lesson. However, we will complete these exercises as well. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
عليكم السلام ورحمة الله
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته. جزاك الله خير.
جزاك الله خير.
وإياكم.